Om Asmadgurubhyo Namaha. Krishna Rakshatu no Jagatraya Guruhu Krishnam Namasyamyaham Krishnena Marasatravo Nihataha Krishnaya Tasmai Namaha. Krishna Deva Samutthitam Jagadidam Krishnasya Dasosmyaham Krishne Tisthati Sarvametadakhilam He Krishna Samrakshamam. Jai Srimanarayana. With the blessings of Sri Chinna Swamiji, we are continuing Bhagavad Gita chapter 6. We finished sloka 28 and we'll start with sloka 29 today. I'll start sharing the screen. Sloka 29. Sloka 29. Please chant. Sarvabhutasthamaatmanam
Sarvabhutasthamaatmanam
Sarvabhutani cha Atmani
Sarvabhutani Atmani
Ikshate yoga yuktatma
Ikshate yoga yuktatma
Sarvatra samadarshanaha.
Sarvatra samadarshanaha
Let's chant together.
Sarvabhutasthamaatmanam Sarvabhutani Atmani Ikshate yoga yuktatma Sarvatra
Samadarshanaha. Today's session is going to be really important for understanding some of the basic concepts that a lot of people are confused about. So again, this is going to be on YouTube. So whoever is watching this on YouTube, pay attention. Hopefully, with Acharya's grace, with Lord's grace, we will try to get the answers cleared for us. So Lord Krishna is saying here, Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam Sarva Bhutani Cha Atmani Ikshate Yoga Yuktatma Sarvatra Samadarshanaha. Yoga Yuktatma, Yogi, who realized Atma due to yoga practice. Yoga Yukta Atma. So, in simple, yogi, yogi who engages his or her mind on the self, right? Yoga Yuktatma. Sarvatra Samadarshanaha, who has equality of vision everywhere. Now people can understand why I said this is very important, right? So, Sarvatra Samadarshanaha, so the yogi who has equality of vision everywhere, who recognizes Atmas in all beings as equal, Samadarshanaha, who sees. Darshanaha is, seeing, right? One who sees. Sarvatra Samadarshanaha is who sees equality of vision everywhere. That is, equality, who recognizes that equality of all Atmas everywhere. Who recognizes Atmas in all beings as equal everywhere. Okay? When we say Atmas as equal, right? That is equality of form or nature, right? So, I mean, very simple. If you just want to understand, very simple. Two tennis balls, for example, they look exactly same, right? So you can't differentiate unless you mark them. You cannot differentiate them. So they are equal. So we see them as equal, right? That is something that is outside. So this yogi who has uh, who has been meditating on Atma, who has been focusing the mind on the self, okay, sees that Atmas in all beings as equal. Everywhere means in all beings, right? In the entire universe. Okay. Ikshate sees, so I already said one who sees, right? So, um, um, so Ikshate sees, so this yogi sees Atmanam Sarvabhutastam. The Atma in his body is equal to Atmas in all bodies, all beings. Atmanam is that Atma, that is self. Sarvabhutastam. Atma, that is Atmas that are existing in all beings. Sees, so before saying the sentence, Ikshate Atmanam Sarvabhutastam, Lord Krishna said, Samadarshanaha, the yogi who is a Samadarshanaha. So he mentioned that this yogi sees as equal everywhere. What he sees given here, sees Ikshate Atmanam Sarvabhutastam. Self, Atmanam is the self, that is in this body, right? Say I'm yogi, the Atma in this body is equal or equivalent to Sarvabhutastam in all beings. That which is residing in all beings, right? Bhutastam. So what is residing in all beings is the Atmas in all those beings. So myself, that is this Atma, is equivalent to all Atmas that are residing in all beings. Okay? So if I am a yogi, okay, I am a Samadarshana. I am seeing with equal vision everywhere, right? Sarvatra Samadarshana. Ikshate Atmanam Sarvabhutastam. I am seeing myself is equivalent to the self, that the Atmas that are existing in all beings. Okay? Sarvabhutani cha Atmani. So cha is and. Sarvabhutani Atmani. Bhutani, Sarvabhutani and Atmani, this is the seventh vibhakti, in, right? So Sarvabhutani. So that is qualities of all beings, qualities of all Atmas. See, inside the all beings, that is qualities. Sarvabhutani Atmani is the qualities in all those Atmas, and Atmani, the qualities in me. The me doesn't mean the body, it's me is the self, right? As equal again. You don't have to repeat the same thing. Ikshate Atmanam Sarvabhutastam, the form of all beings, form or nature of all beings, all Atmas is equal, and Sarvabhutani Atmani, the qualities of all Atmas is equivalent to the qualities in me. Extremely important sloka. So this is emphasizing the principle of equality. Okay, it is Samadarshanaha. I'm seeing them as equal. I'm not saying that I am in them. right? Lord Krishna is very, very clearly saying that I am considering them as equal. I'm seeing them, recognizing them as equal or equivalent. It is not that one Atma is there in another body, the same Atma in another body, same Atma in third body, same Atma in fourth body. I am distinct from the every Atma in all those bodies. Okay, and I am seeing them as equivalent. So I cannot, like if you put the two Atmas side by side in their pure form, you cannot differentiate. Okay, they are equivalent, no matter what body they are occupying at that time. Okay, they are always equivalent. Okay, the true nature or form of all these all these Atmas in all the different bodies is equal. So where is the difference? The difference is only in the material body. So we are all equivalent, all of us in this session right now, all those people who are watching this on YouTube. We are all equivalent, no matter who you are. Doesn't matter whether old, young, male, female, black, brown, white, or short or tall. All these are the material body differences. We, the Atmas, are all equivalent. There is absolutely no difference. Okay. Now, how do you explain? Take pure water. Let us say, take a pure water, a jug full of pure water, and take 2 glasses. Okay, and pour the pure water in those 2 glasses. Okay, now the water in those 2 glasses is equivalent, isn't it? I mean, is there any difference between the two? No, right? But are they same? The water in glass 1 is also existing in water in the other glass? No, right? Got the difference? So the water is distinct, but they are equivalent. The two water in the 2 bottles is equivalent. If you combine them, if you put them side by side, you cannot even differentiate, right? Because we have in 2 different glasses, right? We can say they are different. I mean, they're separate. So you can say glass A, glass B, but if you put them right next to each other without the glasses, without the bodies, right? You can't separate them out. You cannot see them as different. They are such, the water becomes one, right? But they are not one. They are 2 distinct. I mean, just to give an example, water droplet is every water droplet in the ocean is distinct from the other water droplet. But when you see the ocean, you see ocean as one, right? Now, in those 2 glasses which have pure water, you add salt into one water and sugar into another water. Okay. Now, is the water different? Did the water become different? No. The water remains same. It's what is added made the 2 as different. Now, one has a quality of salt, right? Salty taste, and the one is sweet, right? Sugar taste. So the taste is coming, the difference in taste is coming because of what is added, not because of the water. The water by itself is pure, right? But because something got added to it, now we see them as different. They have different quality. Just because they have different quality, it doesn't mean that they are different in its pure form, right? So in the pure form, they are equal or equivalent. Okay, not same, not one. It is distinct but equal. Okay. Now there is another example that you take two red balls, exactly same red balls. Absolutely, you cannot make, they're perfectly same, right? Made from the same factory, having same qualities. Now, one red ball is placed in a cube, glass, made of glass, cubes, container. Another one is placed in a cylindrical container. Okay, they're two exactly same red balls. Now, when one red ball sees the other red ball, right, you are seeing as equivalent. However, it will appear, if let us say I do not recognize the difference being distinct, it will appear to me that I am existing in that other container. Isn't it? If I am a red ball, I'll think that I'm in the cube. If, let's say the one that is outside the cube, oh, looks like I'm in the cube because I'm red ball, right? But it is not. It is that red ball is different and it is in a cube container. And I am another red ball, I'm in a different container, or I'm outside the cube. But if I do not know my own existence, I will think that I am inside that container. So the reason I say is that it will appear as if I am existing in that one. The next slokas will make it clear. So it is samadarshanaha. That's so the Lord Krishna clearly gave the answer to us, gave the how to consider ourselves as distinct from other beings, while we consider all beings as equal. All beings as equal, in the sense all Atmas as equal in all beings. Okay. Got it? Any questions? Yeah.
In I think chapter 5, the Sunis Swapakecha, Gavi Hastini, this sloka like that, right? And again, chapter 6, I think I was looking at it, Surun Mitra Ugasina, right? I mean, so Lord Krishna is re-emphasizing pretty the same thing, right? What explained there, kind of thing. I mean, that's what...
Yes. Yeah. So, very good point. So, when we are saying that you meditate on Atma, that's what I'm saying. You sit there and meditate on Atma, or you do whatever you want, but you meditate on Atma, right? So, you always see the Atma everywhere. I mean, your focus should be on Atma. All these things Lord Krishna is saying. What is that you are really seeing? What is that? I mean, you have to see this fact, the fact that I am equivalent to other beings. It's not like see, I'm equivalent to other beings. I'm equivalent to Atmas in other beings. This is what I need to recognize. Okay, it's not like, oh, when you see yourself, you will see yourself as red. You will see yourself as 2 meters. You will see yourself as made of this material. What are you seeing yourself as? What do you see yourself as means? You are recognizing your qualities, and you are recognizing that the Atmas in all beings are also as equal. That's what you're recognizing when you perform this yoga of the Atma Samyama yoga. You're controlling your mind, focusing on Atma, to do what? To recognize yourself that you are. Now, next sloka is also going to come. The first thing, so there are 4 stages here. Okay, first stage is this particular sloka, sloka 29, is where I recognize equality of all being, no, all Atmas in all beings. I am equal to Atmas existing in all beings. That is the first stage. That's what when I focus on myself, meditate on myself, I recognize who I am. Right? That is self-realization. When people call us self-realization, what is self-realization? So recognizing who you are in reality and your relationship with others, right? That's what we are trying to learn. Now, the first thing we are learning is I am Atma, I am not body. That is pretty clear. Then myself is equivalent to other selves in all beings, irrespective of the bodies that they are occupying. So this is the first stage. Okay. Now Lord Krishna goes to the next stage in the next sloka.
One more question, sorry. As the qualities, so pure Atma, I mean, it doesn't have any gunas, right? Or rajas, tamas, and gunas. So it's the qualities. So you're saying free from anger, those are the qualities you're talking about? Because equal to...
No, quality, I mean, first quality is I'm not changing. I'm unchanging, I'm eternal. No, these things, right? Eternal, my form is the nature equivalent to Paramatma, I mean, knowledge equivalent to Paramatma. All the, I mean, second chapter, you have to go back to second chapter and say, oh, who we are really.
Okay,
right?
So those...
Yeah. You cannot be cut, you cannot, there's no death for Atma. There's Atma goes from one body to another body, and it does not change. It is acquiring karmic bondage. Because of the karmic bondage, it is, taking another body, and all so on and so forth, right? That is what Atma in its pure form is the form of the nature, form of knowledge. Okay. It takes the form of knowledge.
Thank you.
So, yeah. So that is the first thing that we will realize, that we are all equivalent. Okay. Now the second stage, once we start meditating, once we start practicing this yoga, we'll go from first stage now to the second stage. What that second stage is. Okay, let's look at that. Listen. Yo mam pasyati sarvatra.
Yo mam pasyati sarvatra.
Sarvam cha mayi pasyati.
Sarvam cha mayi pasyati.
Tasyaham na pranasyami.
Tasyaham na pranasyami.
Sacha me na pranasyati.
Sacha me na pranasyati.
Listen together.
Yo mam pasyati sarvatra. Sarvam cha mayi pasyati. Tasyaham na pranasyami. Sacha me na pranasyati.
So Lord Krishna is saying, so the next stage, yaha mam sarvatra pasyati. Now he is saying mom. Mom is me. Yaha, whoever, mam sarvatra pasyati, sees me everywhere in all beings. in all Atmas as well, right? Sarvatra, everywhere. So whoever sees me in all beings, sarvatra mai pasyati, sarvam cha mai pasyati. Mai is inside me. So sarvam mai pasyati, sees everything in me. So very important things to remember and understand. Whoever sees me in all, everywhere, and whoever sees everything in me. Okay? Tasya, to him, aham na pranasyami, I am not lost. Saha mena pranasyati. Cha. And he is not lost to me. Aham na pranasyami, I am not lost to him, right? Tasya aham na pranasyami. Saha mena pranasyati. He is not lost to me. What does that mean? Very cryptic. Whoever sees everything, whoever sees me in everything, or whoever sees everything in me, to him I am not lost, and he is not lost to me. Whoever sees me in everything, okay, in all beings, in all Atmas, okay. So when yogis get to a higher level, with as we go to the next level, next higher level of perfection, when we get closer to perfection in Atma vision through yoga practice, they will realize that Atma in its purest form is equivalent to Paramatma. Okay. So in the first level, we are seeing Atmas as equivalent to me. In the second level, we are realizing that, oh, these Atmas in their pure form, they are equivalent to Paramatma. Right? So then who are we seeing? Then who do we see? Paramatma. See, when we have two glasses, I give the example of pure water, right? And add salt in one glass, another one, sugar in another glass, right? So first we see them as two separate material altogether. Okay, that is normal thinking. Oh, this water is different, this water is different. We think the taste of that water is salt in glass A, taste of the other water is sweet in glass B, right? But it's not. So first level is to see them as their water. First thing is to recognize them, oh, this is water, not salt water, sugar water. We are water. We are all water. I mean, that's what the water should think. Like that, we are all Atmas, equal. Now, in the pure form, we are equivalent to Paramatma, is what Lord Krishna is saying. So, he is saying that this yogi, once they become perfect, closer to perfection, then they see me in everything. Earlier, what they were seeing? They were seeing Atmas as equivalent to oneself. But in the pure form, the Atmas are equivalent to Paramatma. So they start seeing me in all beings. Okay? The Atma does not vanish. The Atma is still there. Okay. But in its pure form, it is Paramatma. Now, I mean, in case of the water example, the pure water is, let us say, we consider as the best, right? Supreme, right? So in the purest form of that water, it's the supreme, right? So it is still purest form, but it is supreme water. I mean, it's still water, but in purest form, it is supreme. So here we see that, okay, Atmas are there in all these beings, and each of these Atmas in their pure form, when they are not carrying any karmic bondage, okay, they are equivalent to Paramatma. They are not Paramatma, right? If they become, each one of them become Paramatma, then it will be multiple gods, right? Infinite number of gods. No. Okay, it is one God. The pure form of each Atma is equivalent to that one Paramatma. Okay, when they are not carrying any papa or punya. This papa or punya are the karmic bondages that we are carrying. Okay, now so when we are meditating on ourselves, we are recognizing ourselves as equivalent to other selves, other Atmas. And we are also recognizing that in pure form, I am equivalent to Paramatma. In pure form, each of the Atmas are equivalent to Paramatma. So Paramatma is never lost to me. So aham na pranasyami, he said, right? So when I see you, first is people know, with no knowledge, they see only body. But with the next level of your yoga, right? The practice of yoga, we know it's Atma, and Atma, we see, okay, Atma is there. The next level is, oh, Atmas are equal. We are all equivalent. Okay. Now, still Paramatma is not there, right? But we go to the next level, we see Paramatma. So that Atma, that purest form of Atma, with no karmic bondage, no papa or punya associated with it, is equal to Paramatma. So I am seeing Paramatma, right? It's not lost for me, isn't it? So then the next one, Sarvam cha mai pasyati and Sahamena pranasyati. Let's take that. So Sarvam mai pasyati, sees everything in me. Okay. So when all of us, we are all part of his body. Okay. When sees everything in me. So Lord Krishna is saying, we are all part of his body. Okay. So these are some of the things that we need to really, really understand. He didn't say you are me. All of us are inside me, he said. So this yogi will recognize that everything is in him. That means everything is part of him. We are all part of his body, right? So this entire universe, all Atmas are part of his body. Okay. And he is not lost to me. So when we are part of his body, how can we be lost? Isn't it? So so hand is part of my body. How can this hand be lost? No, right? It's always attached to my body as long as it is, there in this body, right? So there is, there are other meanings that are given, like, okay, one who is meditating like this, they will be taken care by Paramatma. And so I'm going to see you, I'm going to take care of you. Those will kind of say that, only when you recognize Paramatma like this, or when you worship Paramatma, then only he will take care of you. That is not correct interpretation. Paramatma is taking care of everybody. He does not have any bias for anyone. He loves everyone. Okay, so it is not like you pray to Paramatma, then only he'll take care of you. So then you will not be lost to me. Then it's like doing business. Paramatma is a businessman. No, he's not a businessman. He is pure love incarnate. So absolutely pure love. No matter what you do, he always loves you. But in order to correct us, like a parent who corrects children, he may have to take some action, right? So, or in order, it is because of our karmic bondage, we are experiencing some, things which are unpleasant for us, right? Everyone who takes birth is experiencing unpleasant things, no matter what. Okay, because we are always limited. So it is because of that reason we are experiencing, some in our view, some good, some bad, and all that. It's not because God is biased and giving everything to somebody, and then biased against some people, and then always punishing somebody. Or it's not that these people are praying to God, that's why he's more favorable to them, and these people are not praying to God, so that's why they're not he's punishing. It is not. If we don't recognize him, we ourselves are punishing ourselves, because we are acquiring karmic bondage. See, when we don't recognize him, we are not devoted worship, we are not worshipping him, we don't do any action as service to him, it is acquiring us karmic bondage automatically. It's not like God is saying, oh, you didn't do this, so I'm going to assign. No, it is automatic. When a karmic bondage is associated to ourselves, it is automatically resulting in whatever papa punya, that papa or punya is driving us into whatever experiences that we have to go through. So it is not like we if we pray, then we are we will be taken care by Paramatma. If we pray, we are taken care by Paramatma, not because Paramatma is biased for us, biased to those people who are praying. Because if we recognize him as the Supreme and we do any activity as his service, then we are clearing our karmic bondage. When we are clearing our karmic bondage, we are getting benefit, right? Automatic. So if we are if you pray to him with a God, I'm praying to you, I want to do this really bad things, you let me do the bad things, yeah, you may be successful, then you'll experience whatever karmic bondage that is associated with it, right? So Lord Krishna is clearly saying that you're all part of me, you are never lost for me. Okay, no matter what, do good things, bad things, it doesn't matter, we are all part of his body only. Okay, so good, four points here. So whoever, we see God in everything. Okay. All Atmas in their pure form are equivalent to Paramatma. So we see Paramatma in all beings. Another way of looking at it is Paramatma is the one who is giving energy, who is the reason why anything is functioning in this earth, in this entire universe. Without Paramatma's presence, nothing functions. Right? It is not that I got an expertise, I got a certificate on how to run my heart. That's why my heart is running. No, heart is running by itself. How is it running? Nobody knows. Those beings who don't even know that they have heart in them, their heart is also running. Right? So how is it functioning? So, that's an example of knowing that everything is functioning, including our Atma. Our Atmas are also getting energy, if you think that is energy. Uh, they're getting that because of presence of Paramatma only. If Paramatma does not exist, then they become inert, and everything becomes inert. Inert with no, no life in them altogether. So we have Atmas which have the knowledge, and we have the nature which does not have knowledge, but it's the Paramatma who is placing the Atmas in that material nature, and the material nature is getting, now suddenly the body can move, it can grow, right? All that it can happen. But if Atma is not existing, the primary Atma is not existing. We might have gone through that earlier, that when there is a dead body, it doesn't mean that Atmas don't exist in them, because there's nothing in this world which is devoid of Atmas. The primary Atma which was making it function does not exist. It is gone from that body, but that body still has Atmas in them. And one of the reasons why, even after body leaves, the eyes can be given to somebody and the eyes function, right? Other parts of the body can be reused. So, got it? So whoever sees me in everything, this yogi sees me in everything, and everything is in me. For that person, I am not lost, and they are not lost for. So this is the second stage of attaining perfection. Any questions on that? Okay, so we'll move on to the next sloka. That's sloka 32.
31.
31. Okay, sorry. Please chant. Sarvabhutassthitam yo mam
Sarvabhutasthitham yo mam
bhajatyekatvamasthitah
bhajate
Atma
sarvatha vartamanopi
sarvatha
Vartamanopi
sayogi mayi vartate.
sayogi
Mai
vartate
Vartate
Let's chant together. Sarvabhutasthhitam
sarvabhutasthitham
yo
yo
mam
mam
bhajatyekatvamasthitah sarvatha
Sarvatamanopi
vartamanopi
Yogi
sayogi
Mai
mayi
Vartate.
vartate. Lord Krishna is saying, yaha, whoever, ekatvam asthitaha. The second line, ekatvam asthitaha, being firmly established in ekatvam, the equality, the equivalence with me. Okay, whoever is seeing all these atmas in their pure form are equivalent to me, equal to me. not becoming God, but they are having equivalent characteristics, qualities. Because there are some slight differences. We'll see them later. So yaha ekatvam asthitaha sarva bhuta sthitam mam bhajati, worships me as abiding in all beings. Sarva bhuta sthitam, abiding in all beings. Mam bhajati, worships me. Saha yogi, that yogi. Sarvatha vartamana api. Sarvatha vartamanaha api. Although present in all kinds of activities. Mayi vartate, exists in me, lives in me. I mean, vartate is the direct meaning is exists or lives in me. Okay, now let's try to understand. Again, this is interesting, which gives a lot of inner meanings there, which will explain who are we and who is Paramatma. How do we understand that relationship? Okay, so whoever being firmly established in me, in equality with me, worships me as abiding in all beings. So whoever is worshipping me as present in all beings, although present in all kinds of activities, always lives in me. So what are we doing? So now, so we recognize that I am Atma. The Atmas in all beings, equivalent to me, in the pure form. Paramatma, equivalent to Paramatma. So I see Paramatma in all beings, right? So Paramatma is supporting all beings. So I see Paramatma in all beings. So far, good. So when I am doing any activity, I'm doing some activity either for myself or for somebody around me, right? Isn't it? Any activity, even breathing is activity. Or so I'm doing to myself, my body, right? And Paramatma exists in me. So this activity is for him, right? Worships me as abiding in all beings. So I'm worshipping him. I'm doing this activity as worship to him. Serve all beings as service to God. Now it's coming to that. So I'm doing the activity as worship. See, worships me as abiding in all beings. So I'm worshipping how I'm doing some activity. Through that I'm worshipping. When I'm doing that activity, I don't see them. I'm doing this activity to this body, that body, this body. I'm going to see that I am doing this activity as service to that Paramatma inside them. Right? So I'm doing service to Paramatma. I don't see person A or person B or animal A or animal B or tree A, tree B and all that. Yes, they are outside. I mean, I'm not saying that I will be blind, right? I'll recognize that there are bodies, but I will not limit myself to those bodies. I will not limit my activities as service to those bodies. I am going to treat my activities as service to Paramatma. I will not even say that my activities are service to Atma. I'm going to go to that level of service to Paramatma, which is who is existing inside that body. So any activity becomes a service to Paramatma. Right? So for such a person, that person always lives in me, exists in me. That means always sees me only. I'm never lost. Again, it is kind of the previous sloka Lord Krishna said, right? When you see me in all beings, you are never lost. Okay, so same thing is continuing. You are existing in me. You see me everywhere. Right? So we're not going to say that, okay, only when we are doing puja or worship inside our home, we see Paramatma. Right? I mean, some major misconception is that a lot of people think, oh, I have never seen Paramatma. That's the unfortunate thing. If Paramatma is there in all beings, it's just that we have to recognize that. So those who are becoming closer to perfection in their yoga of seeing equality with Paramatma, they see Paramatma everywhere. So for them, they don't say, oh, okay, I have to stop doing this activity and then go to some place and then only I'll be able to start seeing Paramatma. Doesn't become necessary, right? So when say for example, Sri Jeeyar Swamiji is doing all these community service activities, is seeing Paramatma in everywhere. He's seeing Paramatma everywhere. This is the sloka that Lord Krishna directly telling. Okay, so and they're always existing in him. Let us imagine that when I'm in temple, then only I'm existing in him. Let us say that is the kind of concept we have, right? So this entire universe becomes a temple. This entire universe becomes, whatever we do is we are serving Paramatma only in this temple. So our body becomes a temple. We are serving Paramatma inside this body. All your bodies are temple. We are serving Paramatma in your body. So when we are, in this satsang, say I'm talking to you, direct example is I see Paramatma in all of you. I am serving Paramatma in all of you. Okay, so we are all equivalent in pure form. We are equivalent to Paramatma, and I am serving Paramatma. If I am thinking that, this becomes a worship. Right? I am worshipping Paramatma abiding in all of you. So I am living in Paramatma's temple. Okay, I see Paramatma everywhere. I'm seeing three of you. I see Paramatma everywhere. I see any body in this universe. I see Paramatma. Okay, not that the body becomes Paramatma. People mistake that. Body doesn't become Paramatma. It's a body separate. The Paramatma is inside the body. Again, somebody is doing some really bad activity, right? That is not, those bad activities does not represent Paramatma. The pure form of the Atma, which is devoid of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas gunas, okay, that pure form is the one that is equivalent to Paramatma. It is there in everybody. However, it is contaminated because with the karmic bondage. So they are doing all these bad activities. So when somebody is doing a bad activity, it is fine to punish that person, but we are as per the dharma, right? Whatever is the rules and regulations at that time, according to that, somebody should be punished if they are doing bad activity. So that bad activity is not because of Paramatma. Paramatma, it's not Paramatma's wish that somebody should do bad activity. Okay. So far good. So we, in this particular sloka, we are worshipping Paramatma in all beings. And no matter what activity we do, we are always seeing him only. So we are living in him. Another example is we are living in a house, for example, right? So when you see a wall. When you see a roof, a window, right? So when you see, you're not seeing the house, but we consider we are living in the house, right? So when we are doing an activity, let's say you're painting a wall, for example, you are doing something to your house only. Even though you are doing the painting to wall, you'll say, I'm painting my house. Or painting a window, oh, I'm doing painting to my house, right? So, well, no matter what we do, I may be serving, a particular person or an animal or a tree or whatever it is, or myself, my body. It is one activity of serving Paramatma. And we are always living in him. We are part of him. In the previous sloka, he said, you're all part of me. Okay. Okay. Sloka 32. Listen. Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pasyati yorjuna.
Samam pashyati Arjuna.
Sukham va yadi va dukkham.
Sukham va yadi va dukkham.
Sayogi paramo mataha.
Sayogi paramataha.
Let's chant together.
Atmaupamyena
Atmaupamyena
sarvatra
sarvatra
samam
samam
pashyati Arjuna. Sukham va yadi va dukkham. Sayogi paramo
mataha. Lord Krishna is saying. So next level of becoming perfect in yoga, or this yoga of Atma equivalence, right? Yoga of self-realization by focusing our mind on Atma, recognizing that our Atmas are equivalent and equivalent to Paramatma in its pure form. And when I'm, we are all part of him, and we are always serving him, and we are never lost. We are always living in Him. Okay, we are always seeing Him. So, and then Lord Krishna is saying, "Hey Arjuna, yaha, whoever, Atma upamyena sarvatra, due to equality of Atmas everywhere, samam pasyati, sees as equal, sukham va yadiva dukkham, happiness or misery." So samam pasyati, sukham va yadiva dukkham is sees as equal happiness or misery, or happiness or distress. Saha yogi, that yogi, paramaha mataha, is regarded as superior. Very simple. So now the last stage. Last stage seems to be like, oh, what is this, right? So due to the equality of Atmas everywhere, so now we are perfect in, we are seeing every and all Atmas as equivalent to Paramatma. We are always living Him. That yogi, whoever is in that stage, and then whoever sees happiness and misery as equal, due to the equality of Atmas, connected them together, that yogi is regarded as superior. So now we have to treat dualities as, with samatva buddhi, right? Samatvam yoga uchyate, right? So that's whatever experiences that we are having, we have to treat them with mental balance. We should not lose our balance, right? And we should not be extremely elated, happy, and jump up and down, or totally depressed, or no matter if things don't go as we want. So we have to maintain mental balance. That's what is there said earlier. What is being said here? I mean, in the context of seeing all Atmas as equal everywhere.
So that person who has reached this stage, he'll treat the other's happiness or sorrow as himself, as right. That's sort of thought meaning, but I think again I have a question on that. That probably I'll ask after that, right? Because one side we say
Yes, you're right.
duality,
Absolutely
right?
right. So we see, or whoever sees, happiness or misery that others are experiencing, other beings are experiencing, as equal to our own experiences. That person is the Supreme Yogi. So what does that mean? So you're seeing all beings as equal. Okay. Does it stop there?
No, doesn't seem that.
So all beings as equal, and you're in any activity that you're doing a service to
Paramatma,
Paramatma.
Paramatma everywhere, right?
Right. Now what Lord Krishna is saying is going beyond that level. It's not like, I have $1 million. Okay. I have a 10-bedroom house. And then some people are homeless outside, right outside the home. I have plenty of room. Right. But if I don't,
distribute.
exactly. I mean, if whatever they're experiencing, they should become my experiences.
Okay.
They're experiencing homelessness. They are probably experiencing hunger. They are experiencing, miseries. That we should feel, oh, that is also my experience. It doesn't matter whether I'm living in a 10-bedroom house and, $30 million mansion. When I see somebody with that misery, that misery, it becomes my experience. So then what do? We try to help whatever we can. Like if we are facing misery, then we try to help ourselves, right? So that we have to try to reduce the misery of others. Okay. So when we are doing that, we are not saying though I'm doing this for the sake of this homeless person, or that person who is hungry, or that handicapped person. I am serving Parama. All right. So these people who are suffering, okay, they are also having Atma equivalent to me. But because of the karmic bondage, they are experiencing some miseries. They become my own miseries. I try to, whatever I can do to fix it. Right? So this, again, I'm just when I'm trying to understand and experience this meaning, it's like, how can somebody live in a $600 million home when somebody, people don't have a basic 1-bedroom home, right? So it's impossible to even, I mean, yeah, they may be doing things, but again, it is, if at all it really becomes that level, right? There will be no misery in the world. There's plenty of money, plenty of food. There's plenty of food in this world which is like thrown, right? People are, hoarding that food just to get profits, not giving it to people who are hungry, or not even making attempts because it doesn't make business sense for them, or does not give them any benefit. So people are left hungry. People are left homeless. People are under oppression. People are, so all kinds of miseries that people are facing. When somebody is facing a misery, the first thing that, oh, this is my home, I need to, protect it. And then these people are outsiders. These people are, not my race, not my religion, not my country, not my whatever it is. It is not my problem. It is their problem. All this is unnecessarily causing all kinds of miseries in this world. The Bhagavad Gita is the biggest message of peace, not message of war. If everybody thinks that everyone else's misery is my own misery, no problems in this world.
Just one or another person.
Just a minute.
Sorry, and later in China.
Just a minute. Yes.
Swamiji, I actually, one thing that really stuck with me, Swamiji said, the true Vaishnava is the one who actually feels others' pain to be theirs.
Perfect. Yes.
That's what Swamiji said.
Exactly. This is coming from this particular sloka. Lord Krishna gave us this great knowledge. Of course, it is part of our Upanishads, Vedas, Vedic literature. Yeah, a true Vaishnava is the one who feels the pains of others and tries to do something to I mean, we may not have everything to fix the problem for everybody in this world. Whatever we can, we should. Now, see, we only think about miseries in terms of this hunger, or homelessness, or handicapped, or physically impaired, or whatever. But people have needs, like even within the family. Do we really treat each other well, or do we indirectly cause miseries to other people inside the family? We don't even realize. Are we in our own self-interest, or in our own ego satisfaction, with our own ignorance? Are we mistreating, or punishing, or harming, causing misery to other family members? I mean, if I'm doing that, then I'm not practicing Bhagavad Gita principle, right? That's another corollary. Like we talk about, I mean, we need to, we should be correcting somebody when they make a mistake. That's fine. But it turns into it's a clash of egos, personalities, and hatred, to the extent of hatred. So we should treat not just people outside, treat everyone within the family, within extended family, within the society, with that intention that their happiness is my happiness, their misery is my misery. If I'm hurting somebody, they're crying, I feel miserable. We should feel miserable. So who practice this principle? Can anyone guess? Give an example. Who is the one who is the Supreme Yogi, who thought happiness, other people's happiness is my happiness, other people's misery is my misery?
You're asking a living example, and someone else
Yeah.
asked. Vivekananda. Or Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa.
No, not Mother Teresa. I mean, so all of us, I mean, we have limitations. We might have done some activity with some, again, the intentions can be questioned in some cases. Lord Sri Rama is a perfect example who practiced this absolutely from, with no exceptions. Absolutely. I mean, you cannot say he has some motive to do. He's following dharma, is following this principle to the dot. Doesn't care about his own happiness, or when he is addressing the miseries of other people, right? I mean, why does he have to care about all this, all these rishis who are doing the, penance, or the yagas inside the forest? And why does he have to go and, fight with all these demons, and the rakshasas? Why? But he can't stay. He cannot stay quiet. Their misery is my misery. So somebody is troubling them, I have to go and fight. Their happiness is my happiness. So when they are happy, I'm happy. So it's not like, oh, I have $1 million, I'm happy. It doesn't matter what, if somebody is going through miseries, I don't care. Right? That is the tendency that we have. Like we acquire, have possession, and whatever materialistic possessions that we have, the more we acquire, the more we become happy, right? So our happiness should be derived from the happiness of other people, not from what we have in our possession, right? Lord Sri Rama, that's why Sri Rama practiced these principles. That's a practical guide, Ramayana, and Bhagavad Gita is a theory. It has a set of principles in, like, he's a perfect yogi who's due to equalities of Atmas everywhere, sees equal, sees happiness and misery as equal. So, I mean, that statement is, we don't know how to apply that. But when we see how Rama really, what he did, we will understand, oh, this is what we need to do. So if, let us say, a particular country has so much wealth, so much knowledge, right? Everything that they can share. Why can't they share? Why shouldn't they share with others? Why should it be, this is my own, I have to keep it closed and I have to enjoy. Let other people suffer. I'm taking at that level, and the country level. I mean, people who thought about the race, my own race is the greatest race, let other people suffer. Perfect example is Hitler. So if we practice this principle, there will be no misery in the world. So our duty is to keep other people happy to the extent possible. That's only should be. So in order to do that, we have to practice our dharma, right? So it is not like do adharma and then keep other people happy, like, do all the illegal things and then get money and then distribute. I mean, make other people. We're not saying that. Whatever dharmic principle that you need to practice. Those practices, whatever actions that you are doing to other beings, right? Consider it as service to God. And your goal is to make other people happy, satisfied, not hurt them, harm them in any way. No dharma says that you have to hurt other people, right? So try to help, support as much as possible others. So this is the perfect yogi, not the one just sitting on the, under the tree and then meditating. That is stage one. Stage two is the one who comes out and do all the activities, thinking that we're all equivalent, and and stage 2 and 3. And then final stage is you don't have happiness or misery for yourself, like nothing personal anymore. Other people's happiness is your happiness, other people's misery is your misery. Okay. Thank you so much. It's 9:30.
Very interesting.
Hope, yeah. I mean, the future slokas also really enlightening. But yeah, it really explains to us about the equality principle and the our understanding of who we are and our relationship to Paramatma and how we need to behave, how we need to live, right? For what purpose we are living, how we need to live. And so when we become perfect yogi, we attain the liberation. So That's what is given in the previous slokas, right? Okay. Thank you so much. We'll conclude with the concluding prayer. Kayena vacha mansendriyarva buddhyatmana
Paramatma
va
prakrute swabhava
Karo
Paromeyadhyat sakam parasmai Narayanayeti samarpayami
Narayanayeti
Narayanayeti
samarpayami.
samarpayami
Sarvam Sri
Sarvam
Krishna
Shri Krishna
Arpanamastu.
Arpanamastu
Om Asmad
Madgurubhyo
Gurubhyo Namaha.
Namaha
Jai
Jai
Srimanarayana.
Srimanarayana. Thank you.
Jai Srimanarayana. Thank you so much.
Namaskar.
Jai
Jai
Srimanarayana.
Shrimanaya, sir.